because we only see us. Like, not many people are following the other shortstops and what they're doing, the whole thing.
True.
We're excited because it's Trea Turner. We got the best one. We were talking about Trea Turner when he was raking for the Dodgers, right? And then he has that amazing World Baseball Classic. There he's Captain America, right? Yeah. And so then all of a sudden he's a dud for the first couple months of the season. And now, we're in the end of July, right? So all of a sudden you're going, all right, well, when's he going to wake up? And I think that's kind of where the frustration. But you're right. Like, if you think about it, and like I hear people talking, well, maybe he's done. He's not done. He's going. He's going to come back and have a really good season. Like, at some point, he's going to right himself.
Yeah, I just have that hope from with all of the cats and it's crazy because I didn't think about Reese Hoskins, and I'm like, oh no, we'll be all right. And then you realize, like, yeah, we really do miss this dude. Like,
I know.
Just the presence of him being in the lineup, but I knew he had his hot and cold streaks too. But it's like you really can't undersell like maybe he was like one of those key glue guys that they, that lineup needed. I don't know, but anyway, Anthony, I appreciate you, brother.
What a pleasure, BJ. Man, seriously. Great to talk to you. Do you have that Fan Fest tickets?
I don't, man. Nah, I've always wanted to go to this.
Well, you got them now. Hold on, all right? We're going to make sure we get them to you. Hold tight. 610-632-0975. Forgot. Sometimes I forget that we have the tickets to give away.
1 month from today.
Wow, really?
Yeah, it's getting close.
Damn, 1 month. All right.
Me and Dawood partying it up.
And Uncle Frank.
Uncle Frank trying to take me away.
Fan Fest, you're not close. You're not that far from the airport.
No, it's true.
I've
been watching my back at all times.
He's good. All of a sudden, there's going to be like one of those Sprinter vans.
Yeah.
And, Dickie Dunn is whisked into the Sprinter van, and Uncle Frank taken to the airport, where Uncle Frank is there, private jet, right there at Atlantic Aviation.
Oh, wow. He's taking me to the private jet.
Yes. And you'll be whisked aboard and flown to Puerto Rico.
Oh, man.
For the Babylon Club in the El San Juan Hotel.
I'm just asking you, wait till 5:01, all right? I want to at least enjoy my Fan Fest. If you're going to do it, Uncle Frank, if you're going to take me away, let me have my afternoon first.
Uncle Frank, man. He's got you covered.
What's he? Never mind.
Fan Fest to Booty Fest. That's what's going to happen.
Uncle Frank.
We got one more segment to hang. 610-632-0975. It's quarterback week to mark the start of camp, right? We'll do positions every week. Quarterback week is upon us. We did the Ode to Jaws, Ode to Randall. Coming up, Ode to 5. We'll also get back to the superstar conversation, where what our own issues with stars, and it's still happening. It's still happening. And last night's funny because as much as I go, look at Bryce, look at Bryce, look at Bryce, everybody goes, look at Stott, look at Bohm, look at Stott, look at Bohm. And it's all fair, but you can't overlook the superstar. And we do have a habit of that. What's the genesis? And it's a perfect day because we're going to talk about McNabb and all those stuff with the stars and issues that we've had. It's kind of an interesting conversation. 610-632-0975. Cuz Radio, Dickie Dunn in for the Chunas and the Bro coming on your way at 2. Right here, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Fanatic Sports Update.
Phillies walk it off against the Orioles. I'm Ray Dunn. This update is brought to you by Apollo Auto. Looking for a car or truck? Apollo Auto Sales is
97.5 The Fanatic.
$120. Right away, Dickie Dunn, the Chunas comes in to visit. First thing out of his mouth is...
Looking for oatmeal raisin cookies?
No.
Big fan of Gibby's night last night?
Gibby. Gibby.
Brutal.
I wonder why I was trying to psychoanalyze him a little bit. Because he doesn't like superstars. He's a lot like, he likes those guys, like he likes his favorite player of all time is Ichiro, who was a star. Maybe not a superstar, but like a star, like a really good hitter, slap hitter. And then his favorite pitcher of all time is Jamie Moyer. And he loves those guys that throw, 87, 88. Crafty.
He was never a flamethrower himself. He
Maybe.
just sees himself in those guys, a little more crafty. I don't know. I've never seen one of his Sunday day games. I've only heard the legend of them.
Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting.
Which is weird for him. For the guys he gets on me for.
Who are your
out of
guys?
attachment. Well, just, the fringe guys. I was a big Mayberry guy when I was younger.
Oh.
Yeah. I like the role players. I'm a fan of them.
Oh, you too.
Yeah.
This goes in exactly what I'm talking about today.
Yeah.
You like the role players. You like John Mayberry Jr.
I do.
Who
Named my
was-
fantasy team after him. With the John Mayberries.
Ugh.
Also a league champion as well.
Okay. Who do you like? Who else you like?
I was a Maton guy.
I knew it. You too were a Maton man.
That's right. Wolfie.
Randy Wolf?
No, they called him Wolfie.
Oh,
Maton.
I didn't. If I told you, I'd even know that. I didn't even know that. I'm so disinterested in Nick Maton that I wouldn't even know that they called him Wolfie.
Nick Maton came up the game before Girardi got fired. Philly's record was one win better with Maton since Maton got recalled than it was with Thompson as the manager.
So,
Begs the question, did Nick Maton save the season? 610-632?
what is it about these players that you like?
I think it's rooting for the rise.
What rise?
Well, there
Nick
wasn't one.
Maton's not going to be
But he had
an all-star, right? Like, that he's a role player, bench
Right.
guy, 4-8 type of player.
Correct. Absolutely.
So what
when he
rise
has
you
big
looking for?
moments, he made a big catch in the first Thompson game. He makes the diving catch where he gets hurt. Diving catch there. He had the home run in that game as well. Those types of things where it's like kind of guys stepping into their moment. Like that's going to be the Maton moment. He's not having a long career where he ends up being, John Mayberry Jr. walks it off opening day of 2011. That's the Mayberry moment of his career. Bryce, for how great he is, he's going to have dozens and dozens of moments. They're awesome. I love them. I'll appreciate every single one of them. I appreciate the one guy that gets his time to shine.
Why?
I just type of fan I am.
I know. That's what I'm trying to say. And I think you jive more with the town. Like, this is what we are. We're a town that loves Maton, but will boo Trey Turner.
Yeah. That's about right. My expectations for Maton are not anywhere near the ceiling of my expectations for Turner.
My man Danny. Gibby's been getting slapped around by everyone, and he shut the meat of our lineup for 6 innings. They're lucky they pulled out the win, because if that ended 2-1 or 3-2 today, would be completely different. Right, but that's baseball, Dan. That's baseball. Baseball is that's the beauty of baseball, is that something happened and they had a rally.
I was worried about
and they
Jamie's
won
sanity.
the game. What's that?
I was worried about Jamie's sanity last night as I was sitting there. Because the one thing he promised us as we left yesterday, if Kyle Gibson shuts this team down, I think that's my Joker moment. I was worried the Jamie I was going to see today. where he might have lost it if they lost that game and Gibson had shut them down. So I was very happy. On top of being happy for the game, I was happy for Jamie Sandy on that one.
Yeah, I mean, I could see us, but let's face it, though, right? And I hate to say it to you this way, but again, football's starting today, and we view it like football. Like, the truth of the matter is, you kind of know they're going to make the playoffs, right? Like, they played at a great clip for a long time. They had a horrible start, then they heat up again, and then they cooled off. And that's kind of baseball. You like to be the Braves and, have this wire-to-wire kind of thing, but it really is this kind of nature of baseball.
Oh, yeah.
So you can't lose your sanity in July.
I feel good.
But you get my point.
Yeah. No, I see what you're saying.
I
mean, my next solution to them losing would have been banning myself from the ballpark. That's where I went. I started to look inward. I thought maybe it was me. I was having all the reflective thoughts the 8th inning last night.
Well, you thought you were the mush.
I did.
You wonder deep down, are you the black cat? Are you the mush?
Yeah, I did. I thought.
Are you hexing the field? You're the cooler.
Thankfully
See that
not.
movie?
No.
No?
Nope.
There's a movie. It's a great premise. That there's a guy who's the most unlucky man on the face of the earth.
Huh.
And he's hired by a casino. So anytime the dude from Fargo is the guy.
Okay.
Good, real good actor. And anytime there's a player that's on a roll in the casino, they send the cooler to stand next to him and play or whatever.
Oh.
And the cooler cools them off.
I got a buddy like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you think that was you?
I did. I absolutely. Last night, I was like, you know what? I think this could be me. This might just be me. I have to stop showing. I talk all the time about going to show up to the ballpark, and right now, I'm riding a 4-game losing streak. They're about to lose 2 or 3 when I go back-to-back nights against the Orioles. I think it might be time for me to stop buying tickets for the betterment of everyone else. Let someone else take my seat.
You would sacrifice your own enjoyment
Correct.
of going to the yard because you're the cooler.
Yeah. I don't know what would have got me back. Probably the fact that I already bought tickets to a game in August, and I would have been like, you know what?
Well,
Let's test the waters.
good news is that you're not the cooler.
Right. Well, that was a good point.
Like they came up and they won last night.
Yes.
And they had a dramatic, rally.
There was always a little bit in the back of my mind as that game was going on. I started doing the math in my head. It's been since May since I saw a win here.
That's right.
It's been a bit. I had a winning record when they had a losing record.
Yes.
So I was like, uh-oh, the fortunes have to change. If me showing up here means they're going to be bad, might be time for me not to come. But we're fine. We wake up today, all is well. Birds are chirping, sun's shining. I don't know if the sun's shining. I didn't get to see it out the window, but I'm assuming it is. It's a good day in Phillies land.
By the way, the actor for the cooler is William H. Macy. Thanks to my man, Dr. Andy.
Dr. Eddie checking in.
Dr. Andy, sleephealthypa.com. Who's the man? William H. Macy, great actor. Yeah, that's you. And you know what? You look like him a little bit.
I do?
Like a young version.
Is that good or bad?
It's good. It's fine.
I got movie star looks?
Yeah, what do you think, Miss Rhonda? That Dickie Dunn could be William H. Macy. Young William H. Macy. Kind of classic, kind of look. Yeah, you like Miss Rhonda says yes.
She told me I should go do acting.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't see that.
Listen, I'm just repeating what she said.
That you should act?
I'll be an actor.
You have that kind of skill?
No, probably not.
Yeah, I don't see that.
But we could try it out. I don't know.
Yeah.
Small role for me.
Yes.
You know? I'd be the guy running. I'd just run past the camera for like half a second. I'll be what they call an extra. That would be me.
Nikki says, cooler is an exceptional slow burn. And he says, do not pull a Mikey Miss mush moment on this squad.
So now am I mushing them by saying that I'm not the mush?
No.
Is this mushception?
No mushception. No.
Okay. No. So I'm good. I'm cleared.
Yes, and another famous mush that Dr. Randy says is Eddie Mush from the Bronx Tale, and that's kind of where we got the mush. He's a mush.
Yes. Well, I'm trying not to be one.
Yeah. So. Let's go to Rob. You're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Robbie.
Hey, what's up, man?
What's happening, Rob?
I just had a couple quick points. The Turner thing with these fans, like whoever the guy was just talking about, Mayberry and Mayton, that's the problem with the city. They're both
that's Dickie Dunn.
Yeah,
our producer.
Talking about these guys. Trea Turner, if you look at his stat sheet, what do you have? 3 batting titles. He hit like 340 1 year, 330.
Yeah, he's a great player.
40 stolen bases, 35 doubles every year, 100 runs. I think he even hit like 30 homers 1 year. And they're talking about benching him, getting rid of him. 7 years. What do you make? 5 All-Star teams? Like, people don't know how to Google the back of a card. And then on the other point was like we're right there, I think. Like, we're just in like the middle of the pack. If we could just get one good hitter. I don't know what they're talking about pitching. We need like one big hitter, like Goldschmidt, maybe Soto, or...
Yeah, they're not going to get that kind of hitter. I mean, I don't see it. I agree with you. I think they need a right-handed power bat. I like...
How about Bellinger from the Cubs? He looks good, and he plays...
Yeah, but he's another lefty. I mean, I like Bellinger, but he's another lefty.
They were talking a little bit about Goldschmidt. We don't have to give up much for him, and then maybe...
I think you're going to have to... I disagree. I think you're going to have to give up much for him. I think he's going to be expensive. My guy is Hunter Renfroe from the Angels.
He's good. Yeah, he's good.
And I think he'll come cheap.
I just feel like if we could get one of them stars, man, that will put us over. That would guarantee us the World Series. Like, if we could get one of them 4 guys, Goldschmidt, Bellinger, maybe Soto, or the Chinese guy, man, we'd be great.
Yeah, no, Otani's Japanese. No, you're not going to get that kind of guy, though, brother. I mean, honestly. Thanks, Robbie. You're not going to get that kind of guy. You're not going to get, first of all, you're not going to rent Otani. You're not going to get Soto now unless there's a blockbuster trade, and I don't see it because Painter's hurt. Painter's getting Tommy John, so you're not going to get, that's not going to happen. And Goldschmidt's going to cost you a ton. I love Goldschmidt. I mean, if you were able to put Goldschmidt in the middle of the order, I mean, God, I mean, that's the A-list power bat. But I don't see that. I think it's more, again, I think you're looking at more of a, Hunter Renfroe. Somebody mentioned Eloy Jimenez. I like Eloy Jimenez, but I think he's actually a step up above Hunter Renfroe. And you're part of the problem.
Yeah, I am. You never forget the first time caller says you're part of the problem. So, hand up. I will take blame for this one. The next time that we don't get a superstar drawn here to Philadelphia, this was on me. I'll wear this one today. I will take this one as I am the problem. I am the representative of the problem of the Philadelphia sports fan. That's on me. I'll own it. I'll be better tomorrow.
Well, no, again, you don't need to be...
I'm just messing around.
I know. And you don't need to be sardonic in that sense. But my point to you, and this is part of the conversation today, has been about why we love the superstar. Like we love the role player, and we love the young player and the role player are our guys. Yet we have an issue with the superstar. And we have named every one of them. I mean, even Bryce, when he got here, he worth all that money. Like, that was a big deal. I mean, they were all over Bryce early.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, to be fair on the Turner thing, like, I'm not sitting here telling you I would do it over. I get rid of him. I don't think he's worth it. All these things. I think he's having a rough year. People are booing him because they're frustrated with the fact that he's crushing you in big situations. I think that's fair. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that, oh, you know what? Actually, if I had a time machine, I'd go back. I wouldn't do the contract, and I wouldn't trade Maton. I would have had Maton as the starting shortstop. No, no one's doing that. I'm not doing that. I appreciate Trea Turner for what he is. I've been a big fan of his before he got here. Now that he's here, I'm excited for the long term with him. This year has been brutal. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like it hasn't been just because I think he's a superstar. I think that we could get on the superstars for not performing when it's been a long-term thing. I think getting upset if Bryce goes 0 for 4 one night over this stretch would be too much. Getting upset because Trea Turner hasn't hit for 4 months, I can see that one.
Yeah.
But I don't think you go the overextension of, oh, come on. He's not really worth it. I would take back Freddie Galvis over this. I think that's the type of thing where I draw the line.
All right. Now, one of the things we talked about this week is we were talking about camp, right? And it's the opening, today's first practice. In fact, you heard us play the Howie Roseman and Nick Sirianni opening news conference, which was awesome. All week long, we do an ode to it's quarterback week. It's an ode to a different Eagles quarterback. Next week we will do running backs, and Monday was Jaws. Tuesday was Randall. Tomorrow is Vic. Friday is Nick Foles, dude.
Could be a good one.
And today, none other than 5 himself.
With the second pick, the Philadelphia Eagles select Donovan McNabb, quarterback, Syracuse University. You know what? This is the biggest non-New York contingent we have ever had. And now the Giants and Eagles fans are going, you know what? The season is underway.
What are they saying? We want what?
The Eagles suck.
Early. The Eagles were genuinely, the fans are irate over the fact that they didn't take Ricky Williams. But you have to, I hope the fans don't take it out on Donovan McNabb.
No, they better not.
They really better not, because he's a young man who has the opportunity to be able to come in and I think really make an impact on the Eagles on offense. He has the athletic ability of a Randall Cunningham. He has the size and poise in the pocket of a Rodney Peete. I think you take a combination like that and give him a chance to grow under Andy Reid, you're going to have yourself a fine young quarterback.
Wow. I love you start with the draft.
Having an off week, so to speak. Their last effort against Seattle. Now trying to stop a 4th and 26 and in essence take over. Plenty of time. Down the middle, it's Mitchell. Where will they spot him? They're going to get forward progress and a first down.
I am so surprised at that coverage. They play a cover 2, which leaves it wide open down the middle for the second time in a row. I thought for sure you get a 3-deep coverage. You've got 20-something yards to go pick up the first down.
Here comes an offside against Green Bay. Boy, they got a great spot after that catch by Freddie Mitchell. McNabb. Kabir Bajaj-Villamila whiffs. Donovan McNabb, what a play! Zone touchdown!
You may watch football for years and never see a better play by a quarterback than Donovan McNabb. Two different guys, two different defensive linemen had their arms wrapped around him. He refuses to go down, spins out of it, and throws the game-tying touchdown. What a play by Donovan McNabb.
Terrell Owens, everybody, all eyes, all attention on T.O. and how this will all work out.
But I wouldn't be surprised to see the first play if they don't try to get the football to Terrell Owens.
He looks his way. Fires it his way. There's Owens at the 45. Inside the 20. And on the first play at Philadelphia in an Eagle uniform, Terrell Owens takes it 81 yards right on the jersey number.
Second and goal at the 5. Under 3.5 to go. Quarterback draw and a touchdown for Donovan McNabb. And how sweet it must be for McNabb, who grew up in the south side of Chicago. And in his first start in Soldier Field, he had one previous appearance leading this team to what appears to be a healthy victory.
So, is that it?
Donovan McNabb, how you doing?
I'm great.
I'm great. Well, I'll tell you what. Before I ask you any questions, why don't you pick this trophy up and show these Philadelphia fans what it looks like? All right. Finally, do you feel like the world's off your shoulders?
No. But we got one more game to play. And that's the reason we set out to play this game, is to win the Super Bowl. So enjoy it now, and we'll bring something else home.
Games like this are defining in the career of a quarterback or really any player. Donovan, today, no interceptions, no turnovers, 2 touchdown passes to Lewis. Is there one play today that set the tone for this game and let you know that we're going to take this game today?
I don't think it was one play. I think it was the play of the offensive line. They did an excellent job establishing the tempo early and all throughout the course of the game. They let the defenders know we were serious about what we were doing, and this is our house.
Congratulations. See you in Jacksonville.
Thank you.
Wow.
Number 5 will always love you.
Wow, check that out. And that actually was one of his best speeches, too.
Yes.
You know what I often wonder? Would it have been different had he won the Super Bowl? Remember, if a lot of this stuff, what we've learned over the years, right, is that these teams, especially like when you're on a young rookie contract, all that stuff, that they win it early, right? Like the young quarterback wins it early. If he wins it early, I don't know, maybe it's that Rams. Like they come from out of nowhere and they're in the NFC Championship game against the Rams. Had somehow they won and went on to win the Super Bowl, or even the following year against Tampa, if he actually wins it, does it change the course of history in Philadelphia? Does it change him? Because now he's completely beloved. He's completely showered with praise. And remember, because it was a two-way street. Now, obviously, the fans one way, but he was not thrilled being here either. And the divide, the chasm only grew wider with T.O. because, I think he was a little jelly. Like when the fans went wild, like they loved T.O., loved him. And he didn't really handle that situation right. And he's probably thinking, well, what about me, man? Like, you guys love his dude. What about what I did? So I think there's a little bit of that too. If he wins it, is it different for both him and Andy? Andy could still be here.
Yeah, I mean that like trickle down effect of all of it, I think absolutely beloved. I don't think we even have a debate on Donovan McNabb if he gets one done. I think at this point it would be he doesn't buy a drink in this town type conversation, where he is the Eagle. He's the guy you remember if he wins one of those early ones right off the jump. Like before you get to the TOCs, before all this, if he won one before they actually got to the Super Bowl in that timeline, oh yeah, easily. I think he's beloved. I mean, I think there's a lot of alternate timelines you can start to walk down where it doesn't end.
I love to look at, you talk about, alternate universes and what happens. And there is a universe out there where the Eagles win. Donovan is beloved like Dawkins, and Andy Reid is still the coach.
You think it went that long? You think it ends up that he's here that long?
If he won?
Yeah.
Yes. If he won, I don't think he leaves. I don't think Jeffrey Lurie even really wanted to part ways with him. It just got to a point where you just weren't going to win.
Right. It was better for everyone to go their separate ways at that point.
Right. Like if you weren't, like at that point, it just felt, and again, it was more the feeling. but it just felt like it was exhausted. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, at that point, it was time for, change to be
But
made.
if he wins it, and who knows, if he wins one, maybe he wins two, it's a completely he's still here. And he probably wins it along the line. Like at some point with Deshaun and Shady and all that, like that team and putting that stuff together, he probably wins it.
Be so interested to see, like, when you draw out this timeline, the way, again, you start doing the ripples of when things really end with McNabb, when McNabb's no longer the quarterback, what the succession is in that world, what it looks like, how they move on. Like, because we saw, obviously, with, Kevin Kolb being drafted, and then you got the Vic era that lasted, a couple of years there. Foles was technically here with, the last year of Andy. So I would be interested to see this succession. Because obviously that they're going to be beloved forever, and I think it definitely would have bought Andy more time here. But I would have loved to, now, like that second act, to me, I think about, like, I got the Madden Dynasty mode going back out, and I drop back into 2000, and I start building out who's the guy that takes over for you in year 10, year 11, when McNabb's no longer the guy, and how they readjust there. It's an interesting timeline to build.
The one thing that he knows is he always knew quarterbacks.
Yes, and you see that now, especially.
I mean, he would have drafted Mahomes. Well, I wouldn't have.
Yeah.
He drafted Foles. Like he knew. One thing my man knew was he knew quarterbacks. So you would have presumed if he was here, he's drafting Mahomes because he identified him early. He wanted him early.
Yeah, they moved up. They went to 10 to get him? Was it? I know they moved up to grab him.
Yeah, like
it was one of those where it was like
that was I'm getting them.
Yeah,
I'm getting them. Let me get John up here. He's been waiting. John, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. John A.
Hey, how are you, Anthony?
What's happening, John?
Not much, man. Hey, I love you guys. Love the show.
Thanks, brother.
South Philly passion. I got to tell you, Turner, I'm done. I was so excited.
No.
Done. Done. I want Gene Segura back so bad.
Oh, no.
It hurts me.
Ew.
We need somebody outside of Stott who can just slap a ball some way, somewhere when they need to,
No.
Oh,
No.
come on.
No.
Come on.
No, this is horrible, John.
It's awful.
Listen to me.
11 years in this guy. 11 years.
Listen to me. You can't be over him already. 1 second. Shh. 1 second.
All right.
You remember Bryce Harper struggling the first half that he got here? That first year, he struggled.
Through half, Anthony. We're through half.
No. He struggled the same thing. It was the same way. His first 100 games, and people were going, why did they spend all this money on Bryce Harper? Like you.
You know what Bryce did? Bryce fielded. Bryce worked his ass off. Turner can't field even.
He's taking it out to the field. He's taking his struggles out to the field. You can't bail on him right now.
I don't care. Who's a professional? He's 30.
Stop.
He's not a kid.
Stop.
He should not
He's having a bad year. He's having a bad his first 100 games, just like Bryce did. And guess what?
Yeah.
Bryce, same way.
I put Sosa out there for 2 weeks. I put him out there for 2 weeks.
Oh, you're one of those jackals.
No.
You're a jackal, John.
I'm not.
I'm just teasing you.
I'm not. My God, I want this guy to succeed.
I know, but all kidding aside, it's too early. You can't pick up Gene. Gene, I got fleas.
Oh, God, I love him.
Oh, God. Hold your nose when you say that.
Stop it. He would slap a double in the gap.
Gene's got more fleas than a mangy dog. Stop.
All right, you might be right about that. Hey, I just want Turner to sit. He's got to sit. He's got to relax.
I hear you. I get you.
He's got to see this team roll and then get on board.
Well, he's sitting tonight. Maybe tonight and tomorrow. is what you got.
I hope they got to give him a break. They got to, because I feel like he's pressing himself way too much. Like he feels like he needs to be Reese Hoskins 30 home runs, right? He doesn't. He doesn't at all.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to get on base and let the dudes roll him around.
Yeah, I hear you. Listen, I get you. I get you. My only point to you, Johnny, is to be patient. Just got to be. Listen.
Right. It's been a long 6 months.
No. I got you. And I'm not telling you, I'm frustrated too. But I can't give you the, I want him out, I'm over him. I want Gene Segura. I can't go that route.
All right. Hey, I love Gene Segura. I'm not going to let you trash talk my man. That's all right. I'm sticking with you. Go Bills, man. Let's do it.
You got it, buddy. Johnny, right. I'll see. Fun stuff, man. Thanks, man. Jackal John. I love it. No, listen, all kidding aside, I'm frustrated too. I am. But, all of a sudden we have this, oh my God, he's a disaster, he's going to stink. Do I think the 10-year contract was excessive? I do. But I can't let that dissuade me from now. Like, I think he's going to be a player. Like, I think he's a great player, and I think he'll show he's a great player. That's kind of where I'm at.
10 years is the market. That's what it is right now. You want one of these guys, you're giving that many years.
I mean, that's it. That's where your head is.
Yeah.
That's where it's going. But all kidding aside, I mean, he does have to hit. Yeah. I get where John, I get where, now I wouldn't be talking about Gene Segura, but it is what it is. All right. We're out of time.
Flew by.
Damn, we didn't even really get into the McNabb discussion.
Well, we got tomorrow to talk that the Hurts turning down quarterback. Got McNabb.
We're going to talk about this. I'm going to talk about a friend of mine, speaking of jackals, who had something nasty to say about Jalen's decision. And I want to bring this up tomorrow. We'll have a discussion. All right, everybody, have a great day. Stay tuned. Tune us in the bro. Coming up next, in for Tyrone, best show ever. We love you guys. Be cool. We'll see you in the morning.
Fanatic Sports Update.
Walking off against the Orioles. I'm Ray Dunn. This update is brought to you by Irish Spring. Fill your shot with the fresh, clean scent of Irish Spring and those sensational Irish Spring suds. Irish Spring, when the spring hits you, you're ready. Pick up Irish Spring today. Alec Boehm walked it off last night against the Orioles. The Phillies evening up a 3-game set with the O's at Citizens Bank Park as they come from behind in the 9th inning, scoring a pair of runs. Bryson Stott tied up the game with a double down the right field line. Alec Boehm, like I said, walking it off. The rubber match is tonight. Rangers Suarez against Kyle Bradish. Charlie Manuel joined the show early